Previously on Better Than Wolves. We've kind of reached a milestone here, so we've got the iron pickaxe, not the shovel. Now we're going to wait for these to smelt. We're going to get our last ingot. I think I'll close off the episode with another montage of me mining back down to these places we've already been. But now, like I say, we can go through this second layer and hopefully we can find a lot more iron. So next episode we'll make some other iron tools and maybe we'll start some other farming. Maybe we'll set that up. Welcome back everybody, it's episode 4 of Better Than Wolves. You can probably hear the furnaces crackling in the background. So the iron collection from last episode has gone very well indeed. And we have 4 ingots now. We've got our iron pick, which is just under half durability, but we can deal with that. What we're going to do now is going to make 2 particular tools, one of them being an axe. And the other one, which probably might surprise some people, it's not a sword, it's not a shovel, it's going to be the shears. So we've already started farming. Snip, snip. Yes, so the hemp we planted is starting to get weeds. So we've got to get rid of these every single day. And this presents an issue actually. So if I go caving and these chunks are still loaded, if I'm down there for 2 or 3 days, some of these plants could get completely overgrown and they might die because of the weeds. So it's a bit of an issue. So we need to start doing some caving over there or somewhere else, just not beneath this area because this could be a problem. Yeah, so we started farming last episode and we got some hemp in the ground. This is going to grow too tall and then it'll be ready to harvest, but you can't just break it because this is Better Than Wolves, so nothing is easy. You can only harvest the hemp using shears, which is why I've made some, because I want to progress on this farming arc. The axe is important as well, so I will be going to do more mining, and the idea is to get some diamonds soon. The deeper down you go, eventually you'll come across a dungeon, and dungeons have chests. And we can't make chests in Better Than Wolves, or at least not at this stage. You can make them later, but they're quite expensive. You need to have entered the age of automation. You need to have a saw to cut your wood into sidings, which are basically vertical planks. Oh, that grew just as we were watching it. That's cool. So now can I harvest this? I can. Oh, look at that. Perfect timing to show you guys. So this is now hemp. The stuff we can do with the hemp, it's used to make hemp fibers, which are turned into ropes for automation. We'll get onto this, but for now I just wanted to show you the tools I was making. So the shears are kind of obvious now. We can also use the shears, I should have done this earlier with that creeper. So we can shear off some creeper oysters if they come near us, and this turns them passive. So they can't attack us. They will just become, well, they won't become passive in the strict sense. They will still try and attack you, but they just can't hurt you. So shears. That grow again? This is insane. What? What? What is going on with this? Hemp grows that quickly? Okay. Yep. If we find a dungeon, we can take the chests. You can only get the chests with an iron axe. So this is going to be a useful tool to have. The iron axe as well can actually break up. Let's just do this as an example now. So we can get planks with the iron axe. Thank you very much. Oh, you can't do anything with the planks. Well, the planks are useful anyway. So the axe, this is insane. I didn't know it grew that fast. It shouldn't be growing as fast, should it? We're going to go and dump some stuff off. We've still got iron smelting down below. And then we're going to continue. And when that's done, we're going to continue doing some automated stuff. And at some point in this episode, we should have some tools that will help us progress. Perfect. Some of the iron's done. Right, so we have some more iron, and I don't want to use another ingot here on a shovel. As I said, I don't think a shovel is worth it. We've got our fishing rod that we use the bone hooks for. the next thing to do is to make a bucket. Now a bucket's going to become important later when we want to make a cauldron, which will help us cook food. Now buckets are unusual in Better Than Wolves. We can't move, well, we can move things like water and lava, but we can't place them down. An example might be like this. You can stick water in the bucket, but you can't make a new water source. So let's say we try and stick it down here. It just disappears. It drains away into the ground. So we can pick water up, but we can't put it down again, if that makes any sense. Having a water bucket will be useful for the cauldron, but for now it's pretty much a cosmetic tool. But we need it anyway, so we're going to make one. Right, now we're going to go and get some more food, because this fish is not lasting as long as I thought. So in those clips just gone, you saw me make a hand crank and a grinder. And that's what we're going to use this hemp for. That's what we are using the hemp for. You've already seen it in the clip. So the hemp is ground down into hemp fibers, and the fibers basically take the place of string. We can use the fibers in any normal crafting recipe. Let's just get some sticks. So look, we can make, oh, we need some stones as well. Yes, we can make a shovel using the hemp fibers. This is a game changer. This means we no longer have to get the cobwebs that are scattered around by the spiders, and that was a bit of a hassle, to be honest. Getting those cobwebs takes a bit of time, and it's not necessary. It's not necessary anymore. As long as the hemp keeps growing, we don't have to worry about string, which is actually great. I don't know if there's some things that hemp can't be used in a substitution for. I think it's mostly equivalent. So you just saw me fishing. It was a full moon night, so that's really good. We've got our food stocks back up. I made a door, which was a good idea, because otherwise I was jumping from here to here, and that was taking energy basically, constantly. So let's get these fish cooking. The next step needs to go and get a bit more iron. So what I would like to do, at least by the end of this episode, it may not be achievable, is to get a cauldron. And that's what we can use to cook all this food quickly. So at the moment, every time we fish and we get, a stack of fish, we're going to cook it individually in these brick ovens, which takes a while. It's a bit laborious, and, well, it's just slow. So if we can get a cauldron, we can speed this up immeasurably. I can't even pick these up now. Now a cauldron's going to take a lot of iron, like a lot of iron. Luckily I found a ravine over that way as I was wandering about this way. So we might go down into the ravine. That probably would end up being the last thing I ever do in this world, because ravines are extremely dangerous. But it's really the only place that we can go down. And on the off chance that we find diamond down there too, that's going to be a good deal. So we're going to go off and do this after we've cooked all our food up. Okay, that was a very welcome surprise. So 2 diamonds in the 3rd layer, so the really dark blocks, it's like blackstone. And you can't break it with the iron pickaxe, as you saw. So we can go down to that 3rd layer. This was down the ravine that's over that way. I can't remember which way things are when I'm down here. Yeah, I headed all the way down to the bottom, got lucky, got a lot of iron, which is what I need, and the 2 diamonds were great. You know, when I found them, I've always found them close to lava pools. I'm not sure why that is. I'm sure it's probably not a thing that happens, but it just so happens that when I find them, they're next to the very, very deep down lava, so you really have to go quite deep indeed to get them. It's been raining for a few nights straight now. I've got more bricks, or more clay bricks that are supposed to be cooking, but the rain is resetting their progress every day. So I want to get some more ovens here, some more brick ovens. I'll get these diamonds. What we need to do with the diamonds, we can't just make tools with these diamonds themselves. That would be too easy. We have to combine the diamonds with the creeper oysters and iron ingots to make a diamond. Can I do this? Yes. To make a diamond ingot. So these 3 together, which is insane. And all these tools, as you can see, diamond sword, diamond shovel, diamond pick, they all take the ingots. So I'm going to get 2, which is a little bit frustrating because 3 is what I would have needed for the pick. 1 gets me a hoe, okay. 2 gets me shears, diamond shears, not that much use I think. So I either make something like an axe or a sword. A sword might be good, because I'm using bone clubs at the moment. Well, I just go down and get a 3rd one for the pick. It's a big decision, but we'll get this iron smelted first, and then we'll work this out. And I'm rapidly running out of space. Like, I'm making these bark boxes just to keep things in that I can't carry, but I only carry a single item. You can put up to a stack of a certain item in there, but I'm running out of space big time. What I really need is to find a dungeon or something and take the chests with me. So we'll work on that. Finding dungeons is obviously not easy either, but we'll have a go. Oh, and I just forgot to mention, so I've just been checking out on the crafting table what we can make now, and amazingly we can make a compass. Now a compass in normal Minecraft helps you make maps, and you can look for your spawn I guess, but in normal Minecraft you have coordinates, and there's no coordinates here. You can't get coordinates in betterthanwolves. So when I talked earlier about my ill-fated first episode, so in betterthanwolves the compass can take you back to spawn, which is kind of what you want. Now it's very frustrating that I died, so if I want to go exploring I'm going to have to leave markers for myself to get back home. So I'm not really going to know which way to travel unless I use the compass and just head, for example, towards spawn. And then to get back to my new base, I would head away from spawn, and that should take me in a similar kind of line. But if I had actually survived on my first day and stayed in spawn without being thrown off into the wilderness, I could have always used the compass to come back. It would have been quite easy. This is a little annoying. I might still make a compass. I mean, iron nuggets are not hard to come by now. It's finding a lot of iron during these mining trips. Because at one point I do want to head off. An alternative to making chests, chests would certainly help with the storage. One alternative would be to make either wicker baskets from, what do you call it, sugarcane, or reeds that you can find along riverbanks. But I haven't seen any sugarcane at all in this area, or I would have picked it up already. So if you don't have the baskets that we have down there, the bark boxes, if you don't have the wicker baskets and you don't have the chests, there's not a whole much else you can do. So I really have to go and find some structure that has some chests or something. I don't know. The compass, it might be useful. We'll see. I've got another round of iron cooking down there. So when this is done, we'll kind of see how much we have. I want to replace my axe, of course, but I've made a shovel. I had a spare bit. Yeah, it's tricky to know what to do with the iron. Maybe a sword would be a good move, actually. I don't think making a sword with the diamonds is really a great move to start off with. I think later on it could be a good move, but certainly not now. So I might go back down and try and find a 3rd diamond. I'll definitely replace these shears soon, and then we can make a diamond pick, and that is going to be transformational. Because then we can mine this lower level. You actually go looking for more diamonds quite easily, and diamond pick will let us get obsidian, and then we can think about going to the nether, which is a big step. So yeah, everything in due course. I believe this night coming up now is full moon, so I'm probably going to fish, because fishing on a full moon is just the best. So I will see you in a little bit. So fishing went well. I got another stack and a little bit actually of fish, which has all been cooked up now. These bricks are done, which is going to be great because I can cook or smelt the iron quicker. Come on, get them inside. And one of the reasons I need so much food is that we're going to start using this hand crank a lot more than we already have. Okay, well, put it in easier terms. So the hand crank is needed to make lots of different materials, one of which of course is these hemp fibers that I've been showing you. Now it takes a lot of hunger to do this, and that's not a good thing in this game. So we want to find a way to automate this, and the way that this is done is by harnessing the power of the wind or the waves. Early on it has to be the wind. Wave power, 48 excellent. Wave power comes a little bit later. I'll leave them up there because 48 will get an exact number of ovens. Yeah, so the sail, which I've just been checking out, the fabric, we can make the fabric using the hemp fibers. So 9 hemp fibers makes 1 fabric, and you have 6 fabrics for a sail, and then 4 sails makes a windmill, and you can use the windmill to automatically turn things like the millstone, which is what we're using now with the hand crank, and also saws and other things that you would want to give power to. So during the night, when there's nothing else to do, because I'm still scared of the dark, we're going to be using this windmill. We're going to be using the hand crank to see if we can get working towards the windmill. We have the planks because we can use the axe. So all we really need is to keep grinding these hemp fibers and make enough bits of fabric for the sails. So let's get going. We're going to try and set this up when it gets to morning. You can see if I come out now, although I can hear some things about. You can see that I have expanded the kingdom. So I've walled off a little bit more. I keep on growing and growing in terms of making this wall larger. This little dirt box we had was just not working out initially. So now I've stuck this entire cobblestone wall around where we're growing our hemp. So you have a bit of water here, and the water is going to be very useful for general farming as well as for the hemp. We've got our crafting table under the tree stump here if we need it, and this leads up to the drying area, which is still elevated above the ground there, so no mobs can get on it. Might get rid of this wall here and just have this open up. In fact, we can do that now. Starting to look a bit more like a base, which I'm happy about. We just need to wait for the morning, and then we can go and do some stuff. Objective really is to get a third. What's that doing there? Yeah, no, I was trying to keep these up actually, because spiders keep coming in, and it's good to hide down here to hit them. But I might, if I hear any spiders, I might just leave them. We'll see. Maybe that one. But then, so the idea was I would come and poke my head up and be able to use the crafting table, and this kind of gets in the way of that, so that might have to do. Yeah, no, this is good. It's good. These weeds grow so fast. Okay, yeah. Next objective is get a third diamond, and then we'll set up the windmill. I want to have a diamond pick really badly, so we're gonna go caving again. Right, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so it's gloom night. I was just about to sleep through the night, and I just woke up. Like, I suddenly had a thought that this is completely open, and mobs could spawn within my wall because there's no permanent lighting. They could just get down here. They could just nuke me. So that's a concern. I don't know. Do I put a door somewhere? I'm gonna have to fix this in the morning. I completely hadn't even thought about that. How am I gonna fix this? I need gravity blocks that don't burn. I can do this now, actually. I need... It is gloom. Yeah, but I can still do this. Can't believe I hadn't just thought of this. So I do want to make... Oh, there's a spider. Okay, I might have to deal with this in the morning. But I don't want to go to sleep now in case someone comes down the stairs and gets me. This is insane. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, we'll fix this, we'll fix this. So it just happened. So I woke up, I could hear the noises. Like when you sleep, you can still hear noises. The thing about sleeping, which I think I've said before, it doesn't just instantly skip you to the morning, it just speeds up time. So everything's still ticking. There's still things going on, so I could hear them. But are they inside or outside the wall? I've got no idea. Do not want to go out here. They must be outside or they would have come in already. This is a serious concern. This is a serious concern. It looks like the day is starting. Okay, we're gonna deal with this in the morning. I'm not going to sleep anymore, I'm just gonna wait. Okay, so they're outside. It seems. But I still don't trust this. I do not trust this arrangement. So we have to fix this. So I think the door here was actually the play. That way, or the other way. Okay. Love the sound of mobs dying. So I might go and get some of the drops. This is great. I mean, the mob drops, like, they're all useful. So I'm gonna go and collect drops and I'll deal with this. Yep, neutralized. Okay. God, there's always so much to do. At this point in the game, because it becomes getting really busy, you have to do the crops. If there's animals, you have to do the animals. And then by the time you've done everything, it's almost midday. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of this, but we're gonna have to go with it because I liked having the crafting table accessible. Yeah, we're just gonna have to live with that. And what we're also gonna have to do is cover this up with wood because this is a gravity block and it's not gonna stay where I put it. Planks do stay suspended. There's a danger here. There's a danger that the planks could burn. They could be struck by lightning. But I'm just so paranoid about this. I have to cover this up. It looks awful. Wait, you don't need that one at the end, do you? Okay. It looks so bad. But it might save our life. It looks so bad. We're gonna build MySpace at some point. So this automation. So this windmill, we should be able to get going with the grindstone at this point in time. The windmill is very big, it needs lots of space. So we're going to try and set it up. And this is great because we want lots of hemp. We want the hemp for the rope and such. So we need to build up. We'll build up here. Let's get these. Yes, we need lots of space for this. So it has to go quite high. I thought as an extra safety precaution, I'd build it above some water. So if I ever get knocked down, which I'm not expecting to, but if I do, then I'll be fine. Pretty sure this makes sticks. Oh no, I can make the sticks with them. Check out them for now. 4 gears, yes. And now the gearbox, perfect. Cool, so we have 1 gearbox, 1 axle, 1 windmill. So this should be enough. Let's see if we can do it. I don't mind going up there now in the night. Don't think anyone's going to snipe me. There's a skeleton down there. Surely they can't see me from here. Okay. This could be big boys. Let's go. I want a bit more space. Crouch. Yeah, I want a bit more space on this platform. So we'll go that. This. Oh, it worked. It's working. Oh. Okay, now we need more axles. I need more rope for the axle. Oh, I've got to cry more hemp. So this is now turning the axle in the gearbox, so I can have another axle coming out the back. I think I can have one going into the millstone. This is cool. So we're out at night. We're kind of safe. We're not perfectly safe. But yeah, things are coming along. Right, let me grind some more. It's a bit annoying. Low on food again. I'll grind some more hemp into hemp fibers, and then we'll try and get this millstone working automatically. Okay, let's do this. Let's test this hypothesis. So I've got the millstone. I've got some spare axles. This should work if I understand things correctly. And it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? I hate this. So this is turning. There's an axle there. It should be turning, but it's not turning this. I think the gearbox is pointing the wrong way. I think. Can I put it down? Oh, I can change direction. Okay, look at that. Yeah, so I think I knew about this. So you can click on these boxes and change their direction. But how do I know if that's working? This has got a different... This is obviously the texture pack is different. Is that even working? No, it's clearly not working. Let me try this again. This is embarrassing. Okay, oh, so now, so this texture is different to this texture. That might be a moving one because the windmill is moving, and this turned into a kind of blank texture after I switched around. Okay, yeah. So now, why isn't this working? Oh, I think it needs to go. Okay, I think I know what the issue is. Gearbox. Okay. I think the axle has to go into the bottom. Okay, that's turning now. This doesn't work. I'm quitting the game. Well, no, I'm not, but I've always had trouble with this automation part. And I can't get up there because I won't be able to place the block. Oh, now it's working. Yes. Okay, I'm the man. So let's make a bigger platform. Yeah, these things, it's temperamental, and I guess if you're an old hand, Can you just not do that? Yeah, I think if you're familiar with this mod, you can do this very quickly. And I'm trying to remember little bits and pieces from different times when I've played. So that looks awful now, but yeah, we can live with it because we're going to get string automatically. It is going to come out at some point. It's going to get thrown out in a random direction. Yes. Okay. This is good. This is good. Cool. This is awesome. Okay, so we have the millstone working. So we're going to get a bit more hemp. We're going to get one more diamond. We're going to go mining again. Probably after the next time I've got some food, because I'm down to 4 things again. But we don't have to use that hand crank again, that's for sure. We'll go mining again, we'll get our last diamond, and then we'll call it a day for this episode. So we have our farm set up, we have the automation semi set up, and we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So I'm not down in the mines. I just remembered something else that I have to make, which is actually incredibly important. So I've just been cooking up the gold. What we need, so if there's a storm, this windmill is going to break. And it's not going to break the windmill itself. That would be better than wolves, but that is not what happens. It breaks the gearbox that the windmill is attached to. I still don't want that to happen. So instead, we're going to build something called a redstone latch, which I believe helps us turn on and off the windmill when we're not using it. So even if there's wind, if the redstone latch is turned off, the windmill is not going to work. So if there's a storm while I'm away or while I'm asleep or something, it's not going to break this windmill. So we've just cooked up the gold. We'll make this redstone latch and see if it works. But there's also one other thing that we might need, and that is a lightning rod. So on the transient server that I was briefly a part of, I was camping with some people, and they came back one day and the windmill was gone. And because it's a public server, they were convinced actually that somebody had just taken it. And a windmill is a high value item, obviously. I'm not sure if that was the case. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But they think actually that instead a lightning strike broke it. So instead, we can either make a lightning rod, which should protect everything from lightning strikes, or the redstone latch to turn it on and off. I haven't got enough gold for both. And in fact, if I've got the exact amount of gold I need for the lightning rod, like exactly. So if I make one of these, yeah, I've got one of them, and another one cooking. So I could make the lightning rod, which might be a good call. Because if the lightning can destroy the windmill, but the storm can only destroy the gearbox. So if you're a betting person, you do the lightning rod. I think that is actually the safe bet. Now, the lightning rod has to be above. This is getting complex. I need storage is such an issue. I've got a gearbox lying on the floor there. I've got everything just lying around. So I could make more of these. So we need this to be higher. Okay, so we need to elevate this. Okay, so all the iron's finished smelting. 3 iron ingots, 3 of these diamonds, and we need 3 of these creeper oysters to make 3 diamond ingots. And then put these 2 together with 2 sticks, diamond pick, Now this is an achievement. Getting a diamond pick, oh, this opens up the nether, it opens up mining of this third layer. It's good work, it's good work, if I do say so myself. Okay, but we're going to call it a day for now. We've got the iron pick, that was a lot of work to get this. And in the next episode, we are either going to go into the nether, or we're going to investigate what I thought was a mine shaft that I saw when we were in this ravine the other day. And a mine shaft could help us with the food situation. If we can get some melon seeds, melon would be a great food source. We'll see what happens. So for now, thank you, and please tune in next time for more adventures in Better Than Wolves Community Edition. Ha ha ha.